was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So Navy's offense will go on the attack first. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Running back searching for a hole. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Snagged out of the air. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. Pass completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks.
Gotta love this play call early in the football game. Like the quarterback, get in a rhythm, run a screen play, get it to a playmaker, create some space, move the sticks, get a first down. Nice start for this offense.
Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws.
Breaks into the open. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Touchdown, Navy! Quick strike through the air for the score. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Rutgers Scarlet Knights offense has its first opportunity of the day. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fit. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He'll keep it himself. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. To the air, it's Need. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him, trying to make magic with his feet. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
You just can't say enough about this quarterback and how important his legs are to their success for this season, for this game, and really for this drive. Earlier, when he called his own number, it was a big game. He does it again. He's got the knack for just understanding when to throw it, when to take off and run. You saw it right there.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Pocket breaking down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd. And the Scarlet Knights send out the punt unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. The give to the back. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Bully ball on 3rd and short. On the move at the 30. So important to convert these 3rd downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42.
And how about that on 3rd down? You give it to your playmaker in the backfield, and he's able to use his speed to go get the first.
And he's a guy that you should be focusing on with this offense. He's definitely a game breaker. He's a guy that they starred, going into this matchup that they had to stop. 3rd down, money down. You figured they might probably get him the football. They do, and they get the first down.
They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move.
Yeah, and I think the comeback route when you're running against man is so hard to defend because I'm that DB. I'm thinking I can't get beat deep. I can't get beat deep. And then all of a sudden, he slams on the brakes and comes back to the football. Really hard route to defend.
Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense. We've reached a break, and Navy holds the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. So first down here as they go back to work. To the ground, he's got it again. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Navy quick to the line. They go to the ground. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Navy will have it with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score.
All right, so now you're in this 3rd down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that, too. Getting the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's 4th down. 4th down means go for it. That's all that means now today in college football.
I think moving forward on 3rd down, this offense is going to have to be a little bit more aggressive and try to throw it vertically. You start throwing the ball around the line of scrimmage against these guys, they've got way too much speed, and you saw it right there.
Touchdown, midshipman! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay.
There he goes. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive. And they've got it at the 45. Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. 1st down from the 45. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Let's take a big picture program perspective on Rutgers. Always nice to get a win on the recruiting trail. They feel like they did, landing a 3-star wide receiver, verbal commitment. They feel like he has the type of talent that can help a program at this level.
It's going to help their offense right away. I think one of the biggest reasons why he chose this program was because he felt he could get on the field right away and help them out. Bigger programs are out after him. He thought he might have to wait his turn elsewhere. Not the case here. Expect him to make some plays early on.
Under fire. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. The Scarlet Knights will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And Navy will go back on the attack. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They've had a really productive 1st half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. They're working that left side. Gets away from one, finds room. And he's got enough for the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 34.
And after that long completion for the 1st down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Right, 2nd quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success.
Turning it on. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
Another 1st down. Man, this defense couldn't stop a nosebleed right now. It's that bad.
Navy quick to the line. Wants to throw it. Makes the catch. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Gets the back moving. Wants to fire on second down. A little release to the back. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Navy was pinned deep, and now a chance to put together a drive. On the option. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He makes a grab, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Navy!
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all three facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half for the home team.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Back to throw, it's Need. Bringing the heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Oh, they're after him. It's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. They knocked him down after the takeaway, and a big play for this defense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Fires to the wideout. They get him down at the 36. It will be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Looking downfield, it's Need. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. And it's third down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. And he had just enough to will that one home. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. No tricks here. Looks as if they'll just run it out and take that lead into halftime. Navy will kick it deep to get the second half underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. When you're you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Picked off, that's number 15 on the year. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
You know, as a defensive back, you want to force the quarterback to make plays way outside, towards the sideline. That's a long throw. It requires a lot of arm strength and a lot of touch at the same time. Great job forcing the play out wide, making the big interception.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Navy needs to come up with a big play on third and long. Get it out to the supersonic guy. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Perhaps emboldened by converting a fourth down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. On the run, fires downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Looking downfield on first down. He's got it on the move. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Navy quick to the line. Looking to throw again. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. Fourth down and goal from the 3. The playbook is pretty much wide open here. It's incomplete, and they'll turn. On downs.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
From the gun to give, looking for room. Fighting to get it out of the end zone, and I don't think he made it. He did not. It's a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
And here comes the Navy offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Fires on the move. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
He's forced out of bounds well behind the line of scrimmage, and the defense will take it as a sack. Navy will try to fight its way out of this hole here on second down. Looking to fire. He'll pull it down. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? Remember, entire body is past the line of scrimmage when you throw the football. That's a penalty. He was, and the penalty will be accepted. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Snags it. Touchdown, midshipman. And the pummeling has started. If this dude were a kitchen knife, you would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some...
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Scarlet Knights will punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Hauls it in at the 40. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. And Navy will go back on the attack. So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Firing to the right, complete. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Navy quick to the line.
And on defense, you make the tackle after the catch for a first down. Now you got to go get lined up again because the offense is going fast.
It's complete to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. He sends 2 wideouts right, 2 to the left on 2nd and 9. Back to pass. The sure hands, it's Jones. He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down.
A lot of smiles right now in this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Unloads it left. Hauls it in. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. They've put this ball on lockdown. 8th play of the drive coming up. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Jones. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. Splits the uprights, good. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
How great great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the...
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
From the gun, the running back has it. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33. The Scarlet Knights really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big 3rd down stop by this defense. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
And how about the run play on 4th and 3 to 4? A lot of times you see that's a pass play nowadays. They run the football, they stick to what they do well, they know where the 1st down marker is, and they get the 1st down.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking downfield, it's Need. And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Man, how about this offense, man? It's been a rough day. You're getting beat down. You're trying to find some kind of momentum late in the game to build something off of, and you give up another sack.
Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. Takes it the other way. At the 20. Touchdown, Navy! What a play! Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense. Here in the 4th quarter, they're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. He picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like, understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. And the Scarlet Knights will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes the catch at the 35. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got it. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that 1st down. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. They're looking to throw on second and short. He's got an open man. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. With the run on first and goal. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and at this point of the game, you just can't afford many of those. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. It's runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. The Scarlet Knights lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down.
And David, on third and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Gives it on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the Scarlet Knights line up to punt it away. He'll take it on the return. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
It's complete to the left. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his tight end. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. To the air on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Cook. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. Navy quick to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Using the quick game. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. Here's a heat. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Leaves it with the running back.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense. Stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Got the first down. Looking for more. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Need. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Still firing away as they'll go down swinging. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game.
Everything going all right? I'm actually getting ready to end the stream. And we'll probably do a little bit of the Oklahoma State Dynasty here in a little bit. I've got some things to get done around here. So, anyway, I appreciate y'all stopping in and checking out the stream, and we'll see y'all here in a little bit. Thanks. Peace.